Sideroads.
Welcome to Sideroads, where we are exploring the universe at one of the only observatories around, the Clarence Jones Observatory.
It was built by Mr. Clarence Jones. He was an avid amateur astronomer and an architect. He did a lot of the work on the old Chattanooga City School system. Chattanooga School for Arts and Sciences is one of his last buildings that's still in operation. He wanted to put people back to work, himself included, so he was able to obtain a Work Projects Administration grant and built this place in 1936. The telescope was finished in 1938. When it was the largest telescope in the entire southeastern United States, and the largest anywhere built by amateurs. All the parts to it were fabricated here in Chattanooga. It's a one-of-a-kind instrument from that perspective. This area was more like Ooltewah than it was, say, like Soddy Daisy or Flat Top Mountain. It was a suburb. They didn't have quite the light pollution problem. It was nearby, it was still fairly accessible. This kind of knoll we're on is a really good vantage point. You can see a lot of things from here. It's still a very mission capable instrument. People say, do we have a light pollution problem? The right answer is yes, we do. We have a horrific light pollution problem. But what we can see, things like the moon, planet Jupiter, planets, the rings of Saturn, the Orion Nebula, what we can see fairly well from here.
And what are some of the topics that you do talk about throughout the year?
Oh, it varies all over the place. Currently we're talking about the planet Venus. I like updating older topics to keep them lively but still working in new ones. We've talked about black holes, what happens after stars explode. One of our more fun ones, there's so much on Mars we wanted to cover one year. And we got the bright idea, you know, if the Discovery Channel can have Shark Week, we can have Mars Month. So we had different parts about Mars. I'll talk about basic principles of astronomy, a little bit of everything. When we had the nearest opposition to Mars, the closest time that the two planets had been together since the last ice age, we had 450 people here one night, 550 people the next. They were lined up out the door, down the trail, to the sidewalk, and almost out to Brainerd Road. We had people who stood in line for hours just to see the polar ice caps with their own eyes. So that's the kind of interest that's out there. There aren't very many places like this. During one star party, one of the professors of astronomy from Austin P said that, she said, Jack, you realize you've got the only combination observatory and planetarium in the state of Tennessee. And I've never been able to refute that charge. It might still be true as far as I know, but I'm pretty sure we do.
I have two kids of my own, and to be able to bring them and get them interested in science, it's just a really great experience, because my kids get excited and they tell their friends, and other kids come here and they get excited and tell their friends, and just being able to see kids get excited and then they get their parents excited, and we get to talk to everybody about it, and it's a lot of fun getting to do that.
Chattanooga is really lucky to have a facility like this. Even today, there's very few cities that would have a combination observatory with a reasonably large telescope and a planetarium, and it was designed for the public. It's never been a research facility. It was designed for people to come and experience looking through a telescope.
Just come on up to the observatory, look around. Remember our motto, we give staring off into space a whole new meaning. If it's a good night, you may be able to see something, and if you're interested, we can help you.
Very interesting. I remember as a kid growing up here in Chattanooga, looking forward to those big star parties. Yeah, support the Jones Observatory. They're located off of Brainerd Road, 10 South Tuxedo Avenue, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Call them if you have any questions, 423-425-45.